friends, welcome back to my channel. This is your friend Aruna, and as you see today, I am taking you guys with me to go to Washington D.C. to see such a golden hour. Everybody, actually, I've seen so many videos on YouTube that a lot of people go into D.C. in the morning, get to show you all the beautiful monuments and stuff, but I'm going to show you the actual beauty of Washington D.C. comes alive when the sunset goes down. So we're going to take a metro to D.C. from Springfield, Virginia. This is Franconia Springfield stop. I always take that because you can park your car and be hassle free to go to DC. You can go on and off at any metro station, easy to get off and no trouble at all. So run, there goes our train. We're gonna get into the train and our trip to DC. The first steps, you can see there's a lot of stops comes in the middle. Fort Virginia stops, and then you move on into the bridge and you get into DC. So this is downtown Alexandria for Virginia. It comes across Alexandria before you get into DC. These are all great downtown area hotels, offices, metro stations you can see from Virginia on the way to going to DC. This is a very convenient access if somebody's living in Virginia downtown. They can just get on a metro and again go anywhere pretty much on getting onto the metro rides. So as you see, this is a King Street stop. This is the main highlight area for Virginia. This street goes all the way straight. With nighttime is such a beauty. This is also a metro map where you can follow the directions for the different trains, goes in different direction. A lot of people use this pretty much for everyday use, for convenient for work and on the weekends for the event. So this is a bridge which is connect us from DC to Virginia. So here comes DC. The first thing you see as you come into DC is the Regan International Airport. This international airport used to be very known before, where a lot of international flights comes here, but this is now is just a domestic airport. A lot of domestic airlines leaves and comes here. The last flight leaves here is 7 p.m. and the earliest flights can leave here at 6 a.m. in the morning. As you see, it's a busy weekend. Everybody's traveling this summer. They've been holding off for the last 2 years and everybody's going everywhere. So here comes my next stop. I'm here in Metro. It's going through the tunnel because after DC, majority of DC stops are underground. So we're going to get off on Metro Station and take a second train to Red Metro train to Red Line to the Galleria Chinatown. This is the blue train and we're getting off the train to get into the next stop. So let's go. Let me show you underground metro stations here. So we go up to the level. There's 3 different levels for the metro station. For the bigger junction where they have a lot of trains going from different directions, so have to go upstairs to take a different train. Red Line to Galleria Chinatown. So let's go upstairs and I'll show you how you can catch on the next train from upstairs. This is the metro station. As I mentioned, this is upstairs level where there's a red line comes here, and this is the third red lines going towards the other direction, but we are going to a different direction to going the trains coming from opposite direction to taking us to the next stop. So every time when the train comes, the lights on the platform is always flashing. That way you know the train is on the way. And it's such a nice clean area. Oh, here comes the next train to Galleria City Center, where you can see all the designer shops. City Centers is the place where you can see all the premium designer shops. I will definitely show you a different video for that. If not, but I'm sure you can plenty videos, you can find them on YouTube for that. But here comes my train. So let's take that and I will take you with me to see the golden hour of DC. So let's get on the train and move on to the next step. So this is our final stop here for Galleria and Chinatown. If you go out the other side of the metro station, you get into Chinatown, downtown DC, but this side is Galleria. So we're going to go right up there and I will show you all the different Beautiful time. It's almost sunset of DC, so you can see the golden hour coming up. First, I want to hop hop on and hop off daily tour for trolley. Is the best way to see the DC in here because it's go through all the downtown and inside area or the highlight monument area, so you can actually go around it. It's about $39 to $40 per person. I took that to able to take a couple of routes around it, so we can have a quickly done the routes before we start walking for the sunset. So I finished doing that and we got off from the trolley so we can go and hop on for look for lunch. And I'm in the mood for the nice Mexican restaurant. This is really good one in DC here. So let's start walking so we can have nice lunch here at Cordoba Mexican restaurants. Very nice restaurant, guys. Always check out. I'd always go here. There's a nice shopping area too. Fifth Avenue, Sac Avenue, H&M, all the designer shops. Best time to come to shop here. This is the beauty of Washington DC, the golden hour of Washington DC. There's certain time of the day when the sun sets and the sunlight hits the entire monuments and the buildings of Washington DC. This is a whole beautiful nature turns right into it, and especially today, since very quiet on Friday night because there's a concert happening close to National Monument area, so there's a lot of people on that side. So this side is a little quieter, so I come this way so you can see the beautiful beauty. Look at this, all this sunlight when it touched the nice monument area is such a beautiful, it stands out such a nice. Look at the airplane. When you go from Regan International Airport, you can see this beautiful DC view right from the plane as you're going and coming. Beautiful view here. There's some events happening in nighttime. There's a lot of events happening in nighttime here. Basically now, since everything is open in summer times, and there's a lot of evenings and mornings events are happening. Look at behind me, that's a Capitol building. As you see, the sunlight touched to it and it turned into a golden look to that. So it's a beautiful breeze here. It's almost 73 degrees. I was really not expecting this kind of weather as I was coming outside today, but I'm glad that it's beautiful weather, looks very nice. The other great features for Washington DC, it's a food trucks. You find these kind of food trucks everywhere in DC. They're selling snacks, food, lunchtime, early dinners. You can definitely find a halal food in every corner in DC. And there's a very known food here. This is the evening time. A lot of people come here for skateboarding, enjoying the beautiful weather and the breeze. So let's go. Let me show you a best place in this corner where you can see a nice water fountain and nice sitting area, which I enjoy every time I come to DC and sit and enjoy the beautiful color changing fountain with the great monuments. So let's go. The great thing about DC is as you come here, then you know the more history about it. Every single corner, every single building have a great history behind it. I know more as I've been living here for such a long time. Each monument have a great history behind it. As you see them, you can see the sacrifice done behind these monuments, and it's beautiful stories you can able to learn and know about Washington DC. See the great hour here, such a beautiful to sit down to know, and seeing these history and sculptures are amazing. These fountain is great. As you see the colors changing here, I can't even tell you how amazing I'm feeling by sitting and enjoying the beautiful weather. So here comes Washington Monument. Washington Monument, it's a great history behind it from this Washington DC. As you're stepping into Washington DC from coming from Virginia, the first thing you see from far away is the Washington Monument. This is another beauty. As you can see how the sunset is touching that building and it's turned into such a beautiful monument. You can see from far away. You'll be able to go upstairs on a monument. I did one in there one time before. You can go all the way up there. They have a nice small little museum there, a history where you can learn about monument here. You can always take a go-karts here, a small sitting area behind it. The sunset is beautiful. There's 4 different corners for Washington DC where you can take a ride. Especially there's such a cute cart they have arranged around it for tourism all the time. And this beautiful grass stepping right into our next building, which is Capitol building in Washington, D.C. As you see this building in the news all the time, this poor building is in the news every single day. But it's have a beauty with the beautiful gardens around it in the middle with the four corners. This is one side of the corner. Other side you see a Capitol building, monument. Then you see White House, another corner. And there's a lot of monuments like this red building there is library. This is Smithsonian Museum. It's a pretty huge museum. You can see all the way here. There's a lot.
So this is the DC main area from Capitol Building, White House, Capitol Library, and Monument. All the way to Monument. This is our lovely Washington, D.C. Let's go.